Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the UG Gaming Studios. Emergence Days Split 2, week number 3. I'm Taylor Reflections. We're joined by Guy Blaze. We're going into grand finals, brother. It's been an incredible day. We just had two wonderful semifinals. Well, one more wonderful than the other. Granted, hey, that Pittsburgh Knights victory over Rise at 3-0 does speak volumes about what they could potentially be bringing to this grand finals.
It speaks a lot of volumes, okay? Like, I'm talking about Lord of the Rings style volumes, maybe manga volumes, because the simple fact is that the main story in which it's trying to get at is that the protagonists on the Knights, man, they ain't playing no games today, okay? They feel like they should have won a series yesterday, and they want some revenge up against eUnited. Now, eUnited, you can debate on who's the protagonist or the antagonist between these two teams. eUnited just came off a close series against Rebel, and they've been hot. They've been hot for a while, and they are the team to beat tonight. I think the Knights lost that mantle yesterday, and they're trying to quickly save face and say, okay, well, hold up. We had a bad day. We all have bad days.
True.
And we'll see if that's the case.
Well, also, too, goes back last week, EDAYS, grand finals. Pittsburgh Knights played against eUnited. eUnited 3-0'd PK. That's how quick that grand finals was. And it was a pretty dominant 3-0 outside of map number 1, which was Ritual. And I keep harkening back to that crazy play from Powerz to turn the odds back into eUnited's favor, where it ended 300 to 298. That was grand finals of EDAYS, just like last week, Blaze. So yeah, PK, they do want revenge. They want revenge from last week, and they also want that mantle back, as you were saying. They want to be on top. Let's take a look at our maps, Blaze, because I want to see if Ritual is going to be there. And it is for map number 4, but Speyer Control to start us off.
Ooh, Speyer Control to really get this one turning. I'm with that. Check out Execution map 2, Escalation Training Grounds map number 3, and then the last map will be Execution on Tomb. I like both maps I like both these squads in the last 4 maps, to be honest.
Yeah, last 4 maps. Yeah.
This is gonna be great overall. Let's get into this and get to some great gears, man. It ain't much to break down on this one, all right? The Knights and eUnited is about to be a fight, everybody.
It is going to be a fight. Get ready for it.
Pop your popcorn. It's the EDAYS finals.
Yes, sir. It's the EDAYS finals without question. A rematch from last week. Pittsburgh Knights, 3 times in a row they've been in grand finals, but fell short, getting second place. Still respectable. It gives them a ton of points. I think they're in second place when it comes to points overall as a whole for Split 2, but they need a victory. They really do. eUnited starts off strong, though, here on Speyer, getting at least a couple of kills, but Pittsburgh Knights are fighting back. Still a scrappy fight. Who's going to be in control? Well, it's going to be PK off the rip. Well done. First team fight. We'll go to them.
Great job to PK and PK being proactive. If they ever find their numbers, you best believe they will take their numbers, and TJ overstayed his welcome. But could his team find a kill? Yes, they will. They take down Raver, make it a 3v3 fight. Powerz gonna distract 2 players. They dodge the nades. Now both teams moving back to center to contest. Demise with a fadeaway shot. Powerz goes down. Fearzly goes down. Dyslexic's cleaned up. It should be the Knights taking over this engagement. The revive is there. The flank comes through. It's still anybody's battle, Taylor. But with that being said, Fearzly, he has help from Raver in this fight. They still can't finish it off.
Wow.
And eUnited are the final victors in your first team fight of this grand finals.
Sheesh, that was incredible to watch. The fact that eUnited ends up winning that. I mean, seriously, there were 2 or 3 times I'm looking at Pittsburgh Knights. I'm thinking it's over with. It's over with. It's over with. But it never was, because eUnited always had another member there ready to go. And all that for what? Well, just to rotate over for the new hill, where Pittsburgh Knights, they do have a good foothold, and they're stopping eUnited from rotating over. The only player who's currently there is TJ, and he's got a lot of work ahead of him. He's getting pressured by 2 members, forced to dance around the stun, puts the hand in the face, and therefore he can't shoot. He's going to get finished off, forcing now eUnited to go for a retake. Officially is PK in control of the new hill.
PK sitting comfortably. Your closest threat is going to be player 4, but they're trying to see if they wanted to wait for that drop shot. But I think the entire team says, hey, it's 30 seconds. We just got to hope that we can win a fight and get back, win it quick enough to make a play on them, or at least contest the hill until the drop shot can spawn, and they can always drop back and get it. That was the goal, but with TJ going down, that took the players off the hill. TJ soaked up a shot. He soaked up another as well. Dezo goes down, man advantage, eUnited, and they should be able to get the power weapon advantage too as well.
Should. Focus, though, on the hill currently. Remember, last time it was TJ by himself. Now this time it's Monkyz by himself. He's rotating around, just trying to get some spacing. eUnited on the hunt. Monkyz will fall. Dezo does get the drop shot, though, and this could be devastating. Everybody from eUnited spreads out. They do not want to bunch up. TJ will die. Dezo pushes up with the Nasher in hand. Staying alive is imperative for him. Getting value from the drop shot is going to be huge. Sends it flying, and his target was Demise, but Demise was chunked in the end. But look at this. eUnited still, with all that carnage Pittsburgh Knights was able to output, they still have control of the hill. They're going to forego that. This next corner hill coming up, Blaze, is really important. This is the one where you have to rotate early and establish yourselves. It's very difficult to break. eUnited is going to have to break it, but they've got nades to help.
And those nades can pay dividends if they save them for the right time, for the right fight. eUnited, they're going to see what will PK give them, using their numbers to rotate through the spawn. As we can see from the mini-map, it's kind of a mirror matchup. Dezo has a great cross. Anyone who comes across this no man's land is going to take some shots from him, but they spot him out, and he is the first player to be made a play on. Quick revive, but there's the nades from Demise. Well placed. eUnited found themselves an opening.
And great job from Powerz to get that mark as well on Raver in the corner, and an excellent job to follow up onto Dezo with the nade. That makes all the difference in the world. That smoke was beautiful from Pittsburgh Knights, Blaze, because nobody was marked at that moment. They could have got Dezo and got away, but because that nade was in play, getting that first finish, that first flood as they were going to penetrate and break that hill, meant all the difference in the world. It was great plays from PK, but also a great execution from eUnited. Very well done, and now they're going to get richer in points as they're going to break the 80-point mark, 80-55. Pittsburgh Knights going for, once again, another break. 20 seconds on the fresh drop shot, but all eyes on the current hill.
Fearzly keeps it neutral. Here comes the Knights. Powerz hitting some good shots. He stays to the fight, moves in, picks up 2, and there's Demise finding 2 of his own. eUnited will continue to rack up on time. Now, Dezonide, he'll be backing up with the rest of the squad. The new hill is going to be on drop shot, and PK will have it for now. TJ trying to at least get a few kills. He will be able to take down Dezonide. Raver very weak in his position, and you see how eUnited is trying to chase him down, force him to use that drop shot, knowing that his teammates aren't nearby. That's a big win for them, getting that drop shot out of play now. eUnited, they get to start collecting on these points.
Great job from Powerz to hold his ground against Monkyz. He timed it perfectly. Monkyz was full out aggression, and Powerz patiently waited behind cover, waited for Monkyz to push. He gets that kill. Why is that big, Blaze? Well, because now he has control of the cross. And look at how much eUnited is control, or at least providing for that cross. Nades are thrown out, but one at least doesn't connect. The second one actually will get Powerz out of the way, but because the eUnited sent reinforcements up there, they should still win this fight, depending on what happens here with the last remaining player just up ahead. I think that's Dezo from Pittsburgh Knights. So much time has been gained off of this hill, and that's because eUnited sent the reinforcements to help Powerz in that chapel fight. Well done, and that's something you don't see too often. Normally it's a 1v1 there. No, that was a full frontal 3v3 fight for the chapel and the nades.
And man, in that fight, we're about to see Powerz going to end up helping him out. Now, Powerz picking up this kill here on Monkyz is going to be huge. He'll be able to have that cross down low to help Will cross up top, kind of help his teammates if they need him. eUnited, Chapel still locked down. They're going to start giving up this a bit, backing up. This is their game plan. They had the right side of the map that they wanted to. That next was going to be on. They disengaged at the right time to start collecting those score points, but they will have to give up a free drop shot. I don't think they'll be able to stop the pickup. But if eUnited is smart, they'll try to push through the sanctuary and get the next nade zone pickup. They won't give up both these power weapons.
There's one power weapon at least gone, but maybe not executed. We've seen last time, I think it was Dezo, if I'm not mistaken, or who tried to, or no, it was Raver, excuse me, same guy. So Raver tried to get away with the drop shot. He couldn't get away. eUnited, to their credit, Blaze, and you've been pointing out consistently, they've been punishing the drop shot players as they need to. Monkyz still has it in hand, and the active is in. Oh, no, stun. The stun's going to push back. Whoa! Monkyz is down. Raver's got to get the pickup. Now the flank is there from Powerz, and eUnited might not be able, or might at least shut down the drop shot before being used again.
Shut it all
Monkyz
down.
had the active in play.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Everything from the stun to the focus fire to the patience of eUnited, the flank from Powerz. See, like, he knew what the Knights was trying to get, and he knew exactly the timing for the flank to put a wrench in their plans, and it worked out well. eUnited will continue to stack this lead in map number 1. The Knights, will they break 100 points? It's looking slim right now.
You'd have to think so, right? I mean,
looking slow.
Pittsburgh Knights, after all, but Blaze, I don't know. I really don't at this point in time. I mean,
it's looking slow, but the Knights can't tranquilo.
No, no, they cannot tranquilo. No, they cannot.
They got a Vamos.
They got Vamos. Vamos BK. Let's see if they can, man. But I see you talking to the people out there, but
hey, you know, Ozuna got bars, you know, I'm up in my vocabulary, you know what I'm saying?
And when is Ozuna going to get on the desk with you, man? Because I'll happily take a back seat for that one.
I got to call Jacob. We got to work something out. Do it for charity.
Yes. Oh, I like that. I like that. Do it for charity.
Go build a go-kart for a hospital somewhere in Mexico.
Well, that is an idea. That's a cool idea. I like that. Something I wasn't expecting, but seems like you're speaking from experience.
Yeah, go-karts, Gamers Outreach. We build carts for children who play video games in hospital, Taylor.
Oh, I know. Yeah, those things are great. I actually had a...
Yeah, you thought I thought about an actual go-kart, huh?
I did, but no, I know what you mean.
I think everybody thought I was talking about an actual go-kart.
When I was young, actually, I got to play one of those go-karts, or at least something relatable to it. And let me tell you, bro, made my hospital experience much better. I think that's when I got my Phoenix out. So no, those things are cool. You guys are doing big things over there, Gamers Outreach. Much respect. 234 to 108. We asked the Pittsburgh Knights, they have it in them to break 100 points. Well, they've done that, but now they're still pretty far away from catching up.
Yeah, they are. But it starts now. New nades are going to come up. eUnited will get those. Drop shot's going to be in the hands of Raver. He uses it now. A little bit too early. They still get the kill on TJ. They're working on this Lexic next, but he'll stay alive, and he takes one to the grave and another flank from Powerz.
40 and counting. eUnited well on their way to victory. Chapel Hill, plenty of time for them to win, actually, if they're flawless here. If they can keep Pittsburgh Knights at bay without them getting a touch, they can win this. You hop off for the time being. Dyslexic turns around just in the nick of time to get the chunk onto Dezo. Fearzly gets a touch. He'll at least roam through the current hill. Gets some time ticked away, but still time remains for eUnited to win, Blaze. Pittsburgh Knights are forced to fight once again. They got to get a touch, even if they have to be reckless.
Ooh, Dyslexic, this is a hard fight. He's playing off his left hand.
We won it before.
Stuck in the corner. Still a hard battle at the high level. You see he's slowly peeking out a little bit. That's one. Dyslexic steps wide. Oh, great effort from Dezonide. Dyslexic gets the next kill, and another, and there's TJ.
And there's still enough time. There's still barely enough time. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. I swear to you, unless it's one off. It's one off. It's one off. It's literally one off. Well, Pittsburgh Knights at least guarantee one more hill. They got to be flawless on Speyer, and I don't know. Speyer is one of the most punishing maps to be flawless on. It's looking like a very, very decisive win.
They're going to take that to 2-9.
Yeah. I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
Imagine they lost it.
To Pittsburgh Knights by 1 point?
No, eUnited. Imagine PK returns the favor, but is 1 point
last
worse.
Week?
Yeah.
Sucks. That would be...
Talk about a storyline, right?
Bruh, that's an awful...
Oh, no way that happens back to back.
It's a New York bestseller at that point, okay? It's not even a story, like the whole book.
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's give it context. Well, we already gave it context, but, you know, let's give the Knights their proper cast as they're looking to make the ultimate comeback in King of the Hill.
Yes, they are.
We have never seen it, but the Knights looking to do it now. They got multiple players down on the side of eUnited. But what's going to struggle for the Knights is that they have to also get all these power weapons.
Right.
And a lot of these hills are going to be all the way across the map. So they're going to need a few players to make some big individual plays, but so far so good. And the thing is also about eUnited needing just 1 point. They're going to start rotating super early for a lot of these heals, okay? And so because they're going to be doing that, they're actually going to still give up a good amount of time. So technically, the Knights are really only about 3 team fights away, like clean team fights.
That's true.
Away from victory.
That's true, and you did put that into context. You're absolutely right, but they got to get this break. They really do. This is important. And also to take note, guys, Pittsburgh Knights cannot afford to step out of the hill. Cannot afford to step out of the hill. Big team fights. Dyslexic will fall. Monkyz, he gets ever so close, and it's going to be a 3v2. 3v2. Pittsburgh Knights get the touch. They get the touch. Demise going to be on the outside. Plenty of damage being outputted. Powerz is also going to be moving in, but Pittsburgh Knights have the real estate they need. But again, you can't step out for even a second. Powerz is going to be on the outside looking in, taking a step back. Monkyz being aggressive. Powerz is going to get the kill, though, and that's going to bring it out to a 3v2. Pittsburgh Knights with the 2, eUnited with the 3. Make that just 1 now. You only got 1 PK member inside. He's going to die off, and that's going to be GG. But PK was making it look exciting until the very end, but eUnited finally lock in map 1.
Ooh, they did. If Monkyz doesn't force that kill a little bit too much, maybe they stay alive a little bit longer, but a lot had to happen for that comeback to come to fruition. Instead, it was a solid map 1 victory for eUnited to get this series kicked off.
A solid map 1 in control for the majority of the time. You dare to say that it might have even been more severe of a loss for Pittsburgh Knights if eUnited wasn't at 299 and they decided to back off to obviously secure that corner hill, which is where you really do make your money when it comes to Speyer. Well done from EU.
Yeah.
Solid way to start off with. And you know what? That's not Ritual. And Ritual is going to be a very back and forth battle. So eUnited, chance to do a 3-0 back-to-back weeks is still there, but they've got to get their head in the game because Checkout's coming up next. Pittsburgh Knights are a great team on Checkout.
Yeah, they are a fantastic team on Checkout. The Knights are. I'm expecting them to really be able to get this one all tied up 1-1. We'll see what happens because the way that Powerz has been playing lately, and Dyslexic has been having a great day on execution as well. We've seen him come away with a lot of first bloods, and that's really the difference maker when it comes down to the execution escalation. He's adding his first blood power to this team, okay?
Sure.
Because they already had a lot with Powerz and TJ, but you add Dyslexic's confidence in as well in the positions in which he's comfortable, they're able to get an advantage at any time. So the skill set is there. Let's just see if we should be able to just see an epic battle between him and Raver at that inside checkout lane to start, and then I can't wait.
You know, I can't look at it right now. I'm not too familiar with the stat sheet as of now to kind of like, you know, quickly pick apart and see things. But I know we started tracking first blood percentages from Pro League. I would be super curious to know. I want to know who the highest, at least maybe amongst the 2 teams, maybe just focused on eUnited, who has the highest percentage when it comes to first bloods, because you have 2 impactful teams that can be very, very explosive off the rip. And who is controlling those first bloods? Because that's going to be a big impact, especially here on Checkout, right? Where we know it's just a full frontal 4-man push on Checkout stands unless we see that deviation for the nades. But first bloods, quite honestly, on Checkout, I mean, those are converted quite well, Blaze. And if you get that first blood, you typically win the round. So that's why I'm looking at Dyslexic. If he is going to pop off, or maybe TJ, whoever is going to be getting those first bloods onto the side of eUnited, you know, how well is that going to benefit the EU crew? Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah, I wonder what is and hopefully in the future we'll be able to have this baked in a game where the team who gets first blood, how often do they win the round versus how often do they lose it, you know, which is interesting to me. So yeah. But I know at the end of the day, you know, the handsome guys over at the UMG studio always figure out a way how to get us our stats. So, you know, I'm gonna just put it out there into the ether, and I know somebody figure out a way how to get it done.
Oh, they're already getting it done, man. I'm seeing the stats.
I know they are. Yeah. You see it pop up there in real time.
So it's actually relatively even. Surprisingly, Pittsburgh Knights, percentage-wise, are more impressive. Raver sits at 19.61% of the time that he's getting a kill rate, his first blood. And then also Fearzly is 15.69%, whereas Demise is 13%, TJ is 15%. So relatively close, but Raver really taking the cake there during his execution at 19%.
But guess what, though? When you add all of those together, You know, you got a almost a 50% chance. Well, they had a 50% chance going into the round that they was going to get first bloods, but I guess it'd be more impressive if with their first blood percentages that it equated to a number over 51%, but I don't know if it can.
No.
I don't know if it mathematically can.
No, you need 25 and 25 plus, so no, you can't. It's close.
Yeah, you know, you can get a few players out of 4 players. They don't all need to, you know.
Oh, 4 players. I thought we were talking about
out of the whole squad, out of the whole team.
Yeah.
Out of the whole team.
Out of 4 players, maybe.
I'm just saying that'd be a good way. You know, you compare both teams. You add all 4 players' first blood percentage, and you got one team 56% chance that they're gonna get the first blood versus 40 something on the other end, depending on how they stats are. So. That's something cool. And I'm going to look at that one later, especially going into next week Pro League, because I'm happy that you guys start tracking that. That's awesome. I'm pretty sure the fans love that one as well. I did see the stats change up coming to the season for the players in a head-to-head. So that was fun.
Oh, I'm super pumped. Yeah, no, the stats now are pretty impactful in my opinion, because now we're showing the damage percentage, Blaze, the damage percentage now done from on an individual basis. So now we can showcase like just an example, right? Dyslexic, we're looking at him. He gets 38% of the kills. This is just a random stat, but he gets 38% of the kills for eUnited, right? So that shows you if we're looking at control and he has the least amount of kills on the map, and obviously eUnited loses that map, we can hone in on Dyslexic because we know he should be the kill leader. He should be getting the bulk of kills, but he's not. So, and that's just one of the stats we brought. You know, kill percentage. We got damage percentage. You know, who's getting the most damage done for your squad. The stats really for Split 2 are the most impactful I think we've had yet.
All right, here we go. On board with Dyslexic. He needs to be impactful for this eUnited roster going up against Raver. Probably one of the best players on checkout I've ever seen. You guys probably ever seen as well in the chat. Woo! Now, multiple kills coming through, and that's eUnited with a dominant first round.
And who do we talk about? We talked about percentages, right? And TJ was the first guy, 15.91%. Who gets first blood? TJ gets first blood, okay? These stats don't lie. The stats do not lie. It's not the whole story, but it is at least part of the story. Excellent first round from TJ. Didn't die alongside that of Demise. Powerz didn't die, but he also didn't do a lot because everybody else was just slaying out and killing. Let's get into round number 2. Raver on your screen, the stat leader for first blood, really in this entire lobby. Will he be able to do it this time around?
Nades picked up by both teams. The frags are not going to be able to get any kills, but it's actually a team kill that comes through. Demise has 2 downs. Raver cut through the mid-map, and that's going to be a successful kill for him. Got there at the right time to help his squad clean up, and as you're going to see, PK to get on the board early.
Get on the board early. Well done. That team kill, devastating. We have seen so many team kills this week throughout Pro League, even here tonight when it comes to EDAYS. You gotta be careful where you're throwing those nades, where you're hitting your shots. It can be truly devastating, and at this level, and as close as these teams are, Blaze, one team kill, that's the round, that's the game.
All right. As you're seeing this from Dezo's POV, he's gonna help Monkyz here towards the inside, and he's actually gonna fly in and try to get this kill, make the play now, but he wasn't able to get the down, took too much damage, but did he allow his teammates to make him play with nades? No. Another great defensive round here from eUnited, and every time they're on that side of the map, they know that PK is going to play aggressive.
So that's interesting. I actually want you to talk more about that. It seems simple at first, but I want you to quantify it. You say great defensive round from eUnited. What do you mean?
So eUnited is playing off their left hand when it comes down to the back of the checkout. It's not the best place to rush, so instead you want to play on the inside checkout lane, but you got a left hand there as well, so you're technically at a disadvantage on that side, and you know the Knights always play aggressive on that plat, so they expected the Knights are playing aggressive on that plat right now. We're talking about how it's being a bad side. TJ with a beautiful double nade kill. Raver picks up one with the incendiary, but that's all he'll be able to get. Can't get the shoddy kill. There's another round in the books for eUnited. So they know their opponent, Taylor, and they're doing a good job kind of spreading out wide and focus firing with those lancers and setting traps.
Know their opponent, which brings me back to the map pick and bans. Fearzly has, historically been at least for Split 2, has been the, quintessential first pick for eUnited, right, as their map choice. Not this time around. They're playing Pittsburgh Knights on Checkout, which is arguably Pittsburgh Knights' best map, but they're doing it because, like you said, Blaze, eUnited knows their opponents. Fearzly is going to go ahead and take a little bit of a wide angle. TJ is going to challenge him. You don't want to give those nades for free, especially after that big double kill. Meanwhile, on Checkout stands Chaos as usual, and Dyslexic is going to die first. Powerz gets away, dodges the shots as well as the Ensigns, but TJ will lose his life. Demise is last alive. And an excellent job from Pittsburgh Knights here on Checkout stands. Demise, excellent kill, but it's not going to be enough, and a good answer from PK.
Yeah, a good answer from them indeed. That was one that they needed to get on the board as soon as possible. And, you know, I think one thing that we will start to see PK do more of as well is start playing out wide, right? Playing out wide and kind of really forcing those Lancer fights and, you know, not giving eUnited the plays in which they want. eUnited has made great nade plays since this map has started. And it looks like they're gonna be matched up in a 1v1 this time around. So a 3v3 at the platform is Demise versus Dezo. And now Monkyz swings around. He's getting 2 shots on him. Still, Demise doesn't go down, and Monkyz gets pressed back. Oh! It's two. Raver gets 1. He backs up 2 players. There's another down. He needs Fearzly to win his battle, and he will. Raver, he gets taken out, but Fearzly gets the nades in a 1v2.
1v2, Fearzly gets the nades. Powerz has the snipe. So Fearzly's options are pretty limited. He's just got to get away. Oh, Powerz is lining it up, body shot. Plus those additional shots from Powerz just a little bit earlier from Demise is going to drop him. Good effort from Fearzly. Winning that one fight was quintessential to making the victory possible for PK, but unfortunately on Checkout stands, it went to the way of eUnited. And we will go into a round number 7 with a 4-2 lead from EU.
eUnited so far playing this map very, very well. They are not allowing Raver to go big on top of that platform. They're putting a lot of pressure on Dezonide. Powerz got a good shot in on Raver. He sees that the wide is open, so you see how he pulls out his Lancer, but PK made an even quicker move, picking up those kills on the inside. Now, it is still a 3v3, but PK already has the damage done on everyone else, and Powerz is in a 1v3. He's going to shoot for Fearzly.
Double back onto Dezo. Not going to be enough. That's going to be it. Where did eUnited falter that round, Blaze?
And so eUnited, they faltered that round. Actually, they just lost their battle on the platform at the inside, because when Powerz goes out wide, he sees that nobody's here. I'm about to pull out a Lancer and get some free shots. That was the right move, but as soon as he did that, his teammates lost the gunfights on the platform. One of them did. His other teammate tried to stay alive as long as possible. They trade out 1 kill, but at that point, it was just the speed of the Knights. They put out more damage quicker, and it's as simple as that.
Monkyz has had explosive starts with 2 first bloods. Definitely leading the charge for PK when it comes to first bloods in general. And that's great to see. We talked about Raver obviously being up there at 19%. I think Monkyz is a lot lower, but regardless, though, he is going to die off. But Raver's there for the pickup. Still a 4v4. We have a bit of a reset. TJ pinned up for the meantime. Dezo gets away with the snipe. The Monkyz will go ahead and add yet another first blood to his name. Brings him to 3. And TJ now last alive, but it's not going to be for long because Fearzly will hold his ground. So you got Monkyz getting first blood consistently, Blaze. And then you have Fearzly doing a wonderful job in the 1v spots. That's 2 times we've watched him on screen centerfold win his fight in the 1v. And that's what you expect from him, right? He's totally independent. He needs to hold his ground, and he's doing so.
Yeah, and he's doing it masterfully as well. Like, he has to be able to push forward and make some plays for his team some rounds, or, you know, start actively grabbing the nades or flanking, so people have to worry about him. If he can stay in the back of his opponent's mind, he frees up space for his teammates to get in there and make those plays. Now, Raver going huge with the big double kill on top of the platform. Monkyz has a kill as well. In the 1v1, TJ goes down to Fearzly.
Oh, there it is, PK. 3 rounds in a row, guys. That means I don't know if we're going to see around 11, because Pittsburgh Knights are looking to even up this series 1-1. eUnited taking a bit of a risk, obviously playing Checkout here versus PK on their best map, but it's a risk they were willing to take. Overtime Hill's going to be in electronics. Raver leading the charge, not in first bloods, but look at those 10 kills, looking sweet.
Yeah, so you can tell that Monkyz and Raver at the platform has been making the plays for the squad. eUnited, those first bloods are spread out across the whole team. Everybody has one, but where can we get the consistency at? Raver got the first down. Powerz gets the first blood this round. Demise follows up with a kill, and they'll take out Monkyz as well.
Fearzly picking up the nades. Can he get a wave, though? Good wide angles from Powerz and his teammate. One nade's thrown, but it's only going to take himself out. We're going to round 11. It comes down to this, an important win needed here for Pittsburgh Knights to tie up the series 1-1. Training grounds could very well be a toss-up. That initial, by the way, Blaze, eUnited threw some beautiful stuns. It literally stunned, I think, 2 or 3 of the PK members, and because of that, eUnited was able to pick up 2 kills in quick succession.
Let's get in there.
Oof, those stuns can come in so clutch. And I always love to say, man, the team that throws last flash wins. All right? Because that means that you're coming out your stun first. Now, incendiaries and nades being picked up by PK in this round 11. Can they get it tied up? They get 2 with the nades. It's all up to Demise. Flame on. We're all tied up 1-1.
All tied up 1-1 in the series, guys. Well done from Pittsburgh Knights. They went on a tear through rounds 7, 8, and 9, winning 3 in a row, and then ultimately winning the final round. Round 11, Raver MVP for good reason, 11 kills. He also had those 4 assists, 2 first bloods. Monkyz carrying the charge, though, when it came to first bloods. 4 of them, guys. He had such an impact on that platform fight, and he really held his ground, as we expect from Monkyz. Blaze, this should give Pittsburgh Knights all the confidence in the world moving forward.
It should. It really should give them the confidence. And we'll see if they can take that going over towards the training grounds escalation, because I feel like that game mode is really going to set one of our squads up for victory in that next control. So we got to see that. We got to see who's ready to play some good escalation.
I hope both teams are ready to play, because map number 3 is not going to change. It's locked in. It's going to be training grounds. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, map 3 training grounds coming your way. Well, welcome back, everybody, to Emergence Day Split 2, week number 3. I'm Taylor Reflections, double joined by Guy Blaze. We're going into map 3 deadlock plays 1-1. Pittsburgh Knights wins the Covenant round 11 on checkout.
Yeah, PK says, you know what, we're not going down without a fight. And, I think this is probably top 3 when it comes down to their map pool out of all 3 game modes out of, I want to say, all 11 or 12 maps we played. I think it's the top 3 out of all of them. And they showed us why a lot of grit in that big game. Winning those 2 rounds, to take the momentum back in their favor. We saw big plays being made by Raver and Monkyz, multiple first bloods coming from them. And they work as a great duo, controlling those inside lanes. So, PK got that part done, but now we got going over towards training ground.
Yeah, training grounds. It's going to be a fun one, without question. You know, we've seen a lot of training grounds as of recently. Tonight, we've seen all Vasco. I don't think we've seen training grounds once tonight.
We did.
And I guess eUnited and Fury won. If I'm not mistaken, we only saw 1 round of that, though. We didn't see many. So we've only seen 1 round. So we really haven't got a good glimpse. But it's going to be a lot of fun to see it tonight. Going back in my notes, I think Vascar was played last time. Yeah, so last EDAYS Grand Finals last week, they played Vascar. eUnited won 5-1. So PK said, let's switch it up. Let's go training ground.
Yeah, all right. They said let's go that route, and they'll be okay with that, as well as eUnited. They're warmed up on it for the day, and training ground it could be a better fit for PK going up against this eUnited squad, because you'll be able to play for that sniper down towards mid map. You can allow Raver to really go huge in his 1v1 on the other side of the map, and we'll see if it works out better for PK. We truly will.
Well, so eUnited has played Pittsburgh Knights in the past for Pro League. Training Grounds was that map number 3, and it was, in fact, Pittsburgh Knights who got the victory, Blaze, 5-2. So they did show at least great performance there. Maybe they'll be able to do it here. Maybe that's why they ended up picking it here in Grand Finals. Monkyz was the guy who did very well, 12-7, but also Dezo turned up, 16-9. He was the standout player. He was the guy who truly carried the torch for the rest of the roster. Damage done was Fearzly, to be expected, but yeah, Dezo, the guy who was slaying out the most.
Yeah, so I believe that too as well, and I'm starting to actually recall that matchup, or at least the last time I watched them play Training Grounds, because Dezonide was making a lot of big plays, keeping them alive in many rounds to come out victorious. So Dezonide too as well. When you talk about the Overlook fight, he is he is the main guy in that fight that brings them success. So him with Monkyz, I want to say Monkyz following up behind him. Definitely you're gonna have Fearzly there in that fight at the Overlook.
Sure.
Dezo, he makes big plays for his team, so he's probably gonna be a star again to take over this series. We'll see. That's kind of what his position brings out of him. I'm also curious to see what power weapons we're going to see on this map as well.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the new things, obviously, that's kind of popped up consistently every time we see Trading Grounds is the sniper in hell. And teams have become very comfortable with playing against that. The first team to really implement that in their strategy was Team Noble, back when, of course, it was still Toady and co. Now, no longer on that roster, but still the strategy remains. And because the Noble members did split up and go different places, Fearzly being one of them, we still see that sniper placement, kind of living on. And that's why Trading Grounds is kind of the way that it currently is. The meta has shifted entirely. And if I remember correctly, for eUnited, they aren't scared to fight that fight for the sniper, but I have seen them forego that sniper quite often. And I think when I really saw them foregoing it is when they played against Rebel in Pro League, and Exploits was consistently getting the sniper. This was early on in Pro League for Split 2. But it was interesting how they just didn't even challenge it. They just kind of forgot about it, and they went with the objective work as opposed to going for the power weapon plays.
Yeah, and a lot of teams played that way. They considered that, in the first half, like you could put the power weapon there, but the home hill setup was strong. People played more into that one. Sniper down mid was more so taboo, so we didn't see it placed in the first half a lot. And then even towards the second half, you got the neutral hill up top. Hell, you just go play for that. That setup used to be so strong when you got a shot grenade on a map. You're blocking a choke point. You get an M-bar at the Overlook, and you hold it down. But we do see a lot of teams play for that home hill setup more in the second half. So that's become more of a counter to breaking that. And so as far as why that other strategy isn't working as much, because I think it's still viable. You can still grab a shot grenade. The drop shot isn't as viable no more because it has one shell, and the M-bar, the sniper, those weapons you're gonna get more value out of. Okay, and that's what we've seen over the last two splits. And so I guess with those weapons, people don't want to go for the classic setup on Training Grounds anymore. But I like the sniper down low and middle.
Yeah, I'm not against it. I'm not, because you get to see teams play it in different ways. Every team does play it in a unique way. Sometimes they go for the quick pick. Sometimes they like to take their time. Other times, like I said, for eUnited, they like to play the objective and just leave the sniper.
Sometimes it takes years for strategies to develop,
Yeah, it's true. Map number 3, Trading Grounds. It's going to be a fun one, and whoever wins this will take the 2-1 lead and be one map away from winning grand finals of Emergence Day Split 2, week number 3. Let us know in chat who you think it is going to be, but it's going to be a lot of fun. It really is, and I can't wait to see just the first battle in general. You mentioned Dezo, right? Kind of being the tip of the spear on that Overlook fight in conjunction with Monkyz and co. But with the way Dyslexic and really just eUnited, how they've been hitting shots, it's going to be an explosive start.
All right. Dezonide going wide to get this initial damage in. And his teammates following up a bit late. They got their right hands. They know that these players are weak, and they got that cross coming in from Raver as well. But even with all that support fire, it's eUnited who gets the first blood. And with their advantage, they'll be able to take down Dezonide and get control of the map.
Yeah, excellent job taking down Monkyz up top and definitely taking down Fearzly. Opened up the door for them to take an early lead in early rounds. I have no doubt that they can hold on to the Pittsburgh Knights home hill. Really, it comes down to Raver if he can get a touch opposite of Demise, and he will. Demise will fall, and that should be the round from what I can see. Fearzly tries to make some heroics, some theatrics, but round number 1 going to go quickly to eUnited. I was like, what was going on? Dyslexic become a clown, and I mean that in a positive way. He loves to clown around, man. He dances all the time. He's always emoting. Like I said, he feels comfortable with eUnited. He feels at home.
It's all fun and games until you get your ass kicked.
That's true. That's true.
That's my favorite saying.
But no one's kicking his ass recently.
It's good exactly. So you have all the fun in the world. Okay, you dance, you laugh, you kiki, and you talk about what you ate for dinner and what you did this week. You do all that while you're winning. But when you start losing, you better recover.
And I think they showed that. They showed that against Rebel. know, they recovered on that too, and they gave it an explosive performance on Tomb. So you can say eUnited keeps their head in the game. PK, though, onto the side of United was just successful on. Will they find success this time around? I do like that Monkyz this time is going to be going in that 1v spot instead of Raver. They're switching things up already, Blaze.
Yes, they are, and I wonder why they are. Well, we just got our answer why it happened, because the sniper got placed down early in this map. So we saw the players shift, and PK winning 3 battles consecutively. They found a 4th player at the shooting range. Monkyz, they're able to take down Demise, and so now B Hill capped up. Trip cap, great shot from Raver. I didn't think he was going to be able to get it coming out the stun. And yeah, PK would get this one all tied up 1-1. And that's just a shift in player in personnel because the power weapons went down.
Yeah, power weapon, which I missed that. My apologies, Blaze. But yeah, that's really early. You don't see that too often after literally round 1 sniper down. But again, that's Pittsburgh Knights within their wheelhouse, especially now as they have Fearzly. So makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. And eUnited, again, as I said, have struggled to adjust to the sniper placement down low overlook because they like to play the objective work. That's kind of their main thing. They're more of a control team as opposed to like an explosive, let's just go for a team fight, which is funny because you look at their DNA and they're super aggressive. But, you know, again, they like the objective play, but they got to find a way to play around this sniper, especially in the first half where it matters.
Multiple smokes here towards the center. Powerz put out a good shot, and he's going to go back in after that one. Dezonide trying to fake, see if he can bait anything out, but it's nothing to bait. Powerz runs out with the snipe. eUnited reset. Now they will be able to get this B hill, and they're relaxing. They understand that, hey, full defense. They're probably going to tell Dyslexic to regroup with their teammates at B, because you at least want 1 player in God spot. I don't think you need Dyslexic where he is currently. But he is going to drop back and go 2 for 2. Somebody needs to play on top of that B hill in the range.
Do you think maybe at this point, though, they're kind of thinking to themselves, maybe Dyslexic, he can be used as bait so the sniper shot can be set up? Either way,
well, it's over now. They messed up. There's the decap.
We clipped off of it right in the nick of time. But Powerz hit him hard to the point where even our observer even got hit hard with that, Blaze. He even just flinched himself, brother, and was switching to another guy. Incredible job from Powerz. And despite the misplay, and I agree it was a misplay, it doesn't matter because those shots from Powerz still puts Pittsburgh Knights in a terrible spot.
Oh, and a terrible spot. Oh, body shot. Sometimes the easiest shots are the hardest. Great team fire coming through. He got 3 downs, even down his teammate a little bit. He was so weak, but that team down actually was the worst of it all. As he goes down right after, no one able to get his revive. The A hill is decap. Luckily enough for eUnited, they get to hold this B. Oh, whoa, they only get a chance to hold the B hill. Hold up, fighter alarm.
Mr. Krabs.
This could be a trip cap. Mr. Krabs play. It's a 2v2. TJ backs up. Revive. He goes down. Clean up. Great shot from Powerz, but he goes down as well.
Nice. It's a great shot from Fearzly. I thought Powerz was about to do it. You see him sometimes, you think he's superhuman, but well done from Fearzly. Pittsburgh Knights plays. They have the win condition. I think new snipe should be coming into play relatively soon, if I'm not mistaken. And actually, it's already up. But the thing is, everybody's eUnited and Pittsburgh Knights have been so preoccupied with that domination that they're not even focused on snipe. And even so, eUnited now is more focused on the objective.
Yes, they are. And with this objective focus, they're trying to get these kills down at the range. Oh, he's doing a great job shimmying that cover. They don't kill Dezo. He got help from Raver. Dyslexic trying to just get the decap to keep eUnited alive in this round. This is a round in which we thought they were about to win, but it's flipped around. Knights, 20 seconds till victory. They're the only ones getting points, Taylor.
The only one's getting points, and actually, player 8 Monkyz wins the fight on the top. Player 5 Dezo wins the top left fight. So both top left and top right are one, and Pittsburgh Knights will win a round, a battle. That eUnited looks so strong on, especially after Powerz was hitting those beautiful shots. But in the end, Pittsburgh Knights, cold-blooded, brother, they take the victory.
That's oh man, I know.
Go back to that team down. Remember?
Yeah. When they were holding the line, you saw TJ. He got multiple shots on those players, but Powerz was stunned as well. So he was bouncing around close range, and he bounced into TJ's shot.
Oh, it was Demise's shots.
Sorry, yeah, it was Demise's shots. Yeah, he walked right into Demise's shots, and that was the double down. That allowed the other player to run through and start cleaning up the rest of the kills, and it's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate because again, that team down literally is what sent Pittsburgh Knights flying home hill to home hill, and then ultimately gave them the objective lead. That team down doesn't come through, much like if the team kill, even in the earlier series versus Rebel, if that doesn't happen, do we see eUnited have more success? Maybe so. Dezo trying to get the pick onto the sniper. Powerz goes for the challenge. He's going to drop Fearzly back in, and Fearzly's going to get the down in conjunction, but Powerz is back in play. He's in a 1v2, nowhere to go, can't escape. The fight is going to be one for Sniper Monkyz. He's going to have an exit and get away with the sniper. Indeed, Pittsburgh Knights are going to also be on the neutral, locking it in. So they're going to have A and B. They're looking great objectively. They're looking great power weapon-wise. Pittsburgh Knights are fired in all cylinders. Good job having that player up top. TJ's going to fall. PK in full control.
All right, PK. As they forgot to clean up their kill and he'll decap the B hill, they are no longer in full control as they still have to win some 1v1s for this B hill again. It's Fearzly versus Powerz. Powerz teammates lost their fight at the home hill, and Fearzly makes the play with a little bit of help from Dezonide on a rotation. For the win, they get it. The Knights up 3-1.
Okay. 3-1. Remember, I said last time they played in Pro League, eUnited lost to this Pittsburgh Knights roster 5-2. We could be seeing that even replicated, or maybe even a 5-1 victory. Pittsburgh Knights are looking unstoppable. For eUnited, Blaze, you noticing anything that's like glaring and really jumping out at you that they're doing wrong?
You know what? If I'm noticing anything, it has to come down to how much focus they kind of, I was gonna say, put down towards that snipe. It's just a 50-50 fight down there. So outside of the last round in which they blew, okay, they blew that last round because after the team kill, they just couldn't get control, and they wasn't fast enough after the double kill to play for the trip cap domination, even though that was a slim margin. That last round, they lost the initial, and that's when they were behind, so it was a quick one. eUnited, they make it into the sniper first. Powerz holding off. He loses this battle, but can TJ save the day? He won't be able to. He gets one kill, but it's numbers in favor of PK in this moment. Last time Dyslexic was forced to fight the 1v1 against Raver, he's forced to do it again, but Raver is able to take some shots and wait those few extra seconds for help to come to continue to keep the numbers advantage in the Knights. And so they capture E. They're on the home hill. eUnited can't do much about it because the Knights are always proactive about playing for the win until they know that they can't.
That's round, Blaze. 4-1. You said how they were being proactive. I love that Raver took every opportunity to get on that flank, go home hill to home hill. And you noticed how he didn't touch it at first, Blaze? He, a lot of times you'll see a player go home hill to home hill and then and just instantly hop on it, right? To kind of, in theory, discombobulate the enemy team. No, Raver held back enough to where that person from eUnited off of respawn, he's immediately, his first thought is to go to E, right? He wants to go and help his teammates. And as soon as Raver sees him pass a certain threshold, he hops on, and then the domination starts to come through. Beautiful, beautiful restraint.
And that's like the maximum mixed version of a Mr. Krabs. You can get a surprise play, because as he's running for that neutral hill, he's like, oh yeah, nobody's on my home hill. And he's like, what? I made the wrong play.
Yeah. You don't know it until it's happening.
You don't know it until it happens.
All right, another initial down. Pittsburgh Knights could get a 5-1 victory, be 2-1 up, but a rare sight, isn't it, Blaze? We see eUnited winning the fight down low and getting out with the sniper. Pittsburgh Knights have been dominating that fight since it was placed in round number 2. And eUnited, what can they do with the sniper? Well, Raver's going to go ahead and challenge up close onto TJ. He's getting Lancered in the back. So sniper fought hard for, already going to waste. That's 3 down. Pittsburgh Knights in full control.
Yes, they are. And eUnited, they get the power weapon off the start because they changed up their strategy. They sent 2 to the E hill, and they let TJ play his 1v1 lane against Fearzly, and that was the key to victory. TJ in that 1v1 matchup without Powerz having to go in and take the fight first, soak up most of that damage and go down, and he has to play around that. it's a better fight for him because Powerz was he was dying a few rounds there. So as this round's going through, he just got a kill on the board. eUnited still looking for a little bit more, and it starts with that kill he just got.
Starting to see maybe eUnited wake up a bit. They can win this E fight. They're well on their way to doing so. They've got the man advantage, and they are in fact going to get the break. So excellent job, at least for now. Dezo set up down low, still 45 seconds. So at this point, he's waiting to just make a play. He's not necessarily waiting for the sniper. It'd be too long. 40 seconds is really an eternity, but Pittsburgh Knights does have about a 40-second lead, so I guess he can afford the luxury of sitting down low if he wants to, but surely he's going to get pressured. So I'm curious if all this time of him just sitting there is going to go to waste, but looks as if maybe he's going to make a move.
He's definitely thinking about it. Dezo on the flank. A good shot on TJ. Fearzly is pressing through as well. eUnited with a better defensive stance with that cross-range Lancer. Cross-map Lancer coming in from, who is this? Dyslexic? He was able to help his teammates win the fight at E, but now they lost their home heal. They gained their opponent's home heal in the same play. Monkyz gonna stay alive as long as he can to buy his teammates some time to get the D heal and the E heal.
Whoever gets the 2-1 next is going to be the winner of this round with how close the scoreline is. And I see a home-to-home being played around with, but Monkyz has got a large, task ahead, and he's going to get taken down. Meanwhile, an opportunity still, though, for PK. They're going to be pushing up too strong to get the decap. Torpo is up. Raver doesn't go for the pickup just yet. Powerz knows he's there. Shot is not going to connect, but even so, he takes quite a bit of damage, and he is going to fall. Pittsburgh Knights had that 2-1, but it's quickly going to be going to the wayside. I think that's going to be the round.
Yeah, it's looking like it is going to be the round as eUnited will get the next capture. They got points. PK can't come off a respawn fast enough. And so PK played it right all the way up into that last fight where Raver played the inside of that bow. Number one, if he probably could have picked it up before Powerz got there, would have been cool. But at that close to mid-range, Powerz has every advantage with that sniper. Raver needs an active and he needs to get a quick bow off. If he would have played deeper towards the back of that Raver keeps his team in that fight because Fearzly and co, they won their battle up top. They got the revives. They just needed Raver to stay alive a little bit longer. So if his position was on the other side of the U, I think you see PK win that round.
I think we've come to this.
Okay, eUnited clawing their way back. Still a lot of ground they're going to have to cover, but they're covering some decent ground. TJ last time was able to get in, get out with that sniper on the back of getting a couple of eliminations. This time it's going to be a bit more stalematy. Demise, though, trying to just do everything he can to avoid Monkyz. And Monkyz is going to get the down. TJ, he can't really stay where he's currently at. He has to forego it and join the Overlook fight, which still not all is lost because the Torco is still up there, plus the objective, and this is where eUnited feels comfortable. 2 more players that they have to get through. It's going to be Raver, and I believe one more on the hill, Fearzly, who ends up dipping back. Raver, though, picks up 2. What? Blaze, why didn't you stop me? What did I miss?
I missed it as well.
Yo.
We saw the double kill come in. And then we saw the round get over. That's the you guys ever want to know what a Mr. Krabs play is? That's what it is.
I need a replay.
Confuse us all right?
Yo, I'm getting mad at you irrationally because I'm like, yo, I knew you saw it, but you didn't. Even production say they didn't see it.
And then production was like, bro, it caught us off guard too. And I think at this moment the chat's like, hey, it caught us off guard.
We'll get to
one of
see
the fastest rounds we've saw.
The entire 40-second round here. Insane. So I think where it all went wrong, if I had to guess and just kind of replaying it back in my mind, is when Monkyz got this down. When Monkyz got this down, he was able to overextend home hill to home hill, and I think that's where it all went wrong.
That's the home hill extension. And TJ had to cut back up top. Saw the 1v1 just got won by Raver, and at that point, that's the round. Yeah. That's the round.
That's the round.
That's the round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? If Demise doesn't drop their Monkyz doesn't go for the overextension, and also TJ doesn't have to back off the sniper play too, Blaze. Right? Because TJ can't stay there because Monkyz wins the fight. So now TJ's about to get angled out from the heaven spot. So TJ is
and honestly,
forced to go back.
where like you call the spot Demise is in the God spot for a reason, because the person above you should not be able to down you. he was literally in the only location you cannot be to get down.
And he should know better.
To get down, yeah. That was literally the only spot he could sit.
Yeah, and he had enough health too to kind of slide into that corner. But that was.
Oh, he got stuck on cover.
Did he?
He got stuck trying. Yeah, he got stuck trying to hop on cover. But still, like, it's a 1v1, and your 1v1 matchup is above you.
Yeah.
You can't die to that guy.
And that's tough plays because you go down to two distinct rounds, two distinct mistakes made from Demise on training grounds. The first one was the down that he had on Powerz, and that ultimately resulted in Pittsburgh Knights winning that very close round that ended like 250 to 230. And then again, the mistake with Demise, getting stuck on cover, missing getting into God's spot, dying to, or at least being down to Monkyz. And then that ended up being the round because again, TJ's forced to, reiterate, he's forced to go up top. He gets trapped in overlook. Monkyz goes for the overextension, and Mr. Krabs comes in 39 seconds. So that's two big mistakes from Demise that ended up costing him the round. Or the game.
Two big ones. And now he's got to regain. Okay, he's got to regain going into that control. We're heading on over towards the ritual, and you got to be able to shake that one off. PK, they have gotten the momentum back in their favor, up 2-1 against eUnited, and now they need not blow it.
Need not blow it, but the only thing is we're going to Ritual, and Ritual is such a great map for both rosters plays. And this is the one, like I said before, last time we saw them compete in grand finals of EDAYS, this was map number 1, and it ended 298 to 300, and that was off the back of Powerz making an incredible play. Now, you could argue if Powerz, you can't bank on that all the time. Incredible plays happen, but they're kind of those things that don't consistently happen, but they're special when they do. So eUnited has to be more consistent this time around because Pittsburgh Knights, if I remember correctly, had a tremendous lead blaze, and it was due to the back of Powerz and just an incredible comeback. If that incredible comeback doesn't happen this time around, PK wins this, and they win their first EDAYS in Split 2.
Ooh, after making it to the grand finals 3 times, third time's the charm if that does happen. But PK, they don't want to let that blunder happen again where they're 2 points away from victory and they choke.
Yeah.
They don't want that. They don't want that. And so they're looking to have a cleaner ritual map against these guys. And the way that they played that last one, I think we are going to get that from them. Hopefully, well, I won't say hopefully because I'm always here for a crazy comeback. Okay? I hate I wasn't casting that comeback. So if it does happen again, I won't be mad. And we got another storyline. But I do not think PK is going to allow that. It's still anyone's game. And let's see how eUnited is going to be able to respond after losing to Escalation. They need a Rebel-esque response. Like Rebel came out and kicked their butt in that last series, map 4. That's exactly the energy that eUnited needs to come out with as well.
That is a fact. That is. But you could also say the same that's what Pittsburgh Knights need to do. Even though they do win that map, they can't become complacent or comfortable. And I think Rebel became complacent after winning that map number 4 in the way that they did. And that's why we didn't see as dominant a performance on Tomb Execution. They kind of became, they won the series in their mind, and then that map number 5, they didn't win it. I hate to say it, that's kind of what I saw. They were in Twitch chat, and it's one of those things, but that's neither here nor there. That's the past, right? Semifinals, we're in grand finals, and we got to give respect to Pittsburgh Knights and eUnited who put on a tremendous show. And you said it best, Blaze, third time is a charm. For Pittsburgh Knights fans out there, they would be ecstatic to see these boys win. And especially after they've been losing in Pro League, in EDAYS, Blaze. If PK wins tonight, even already showing that these guys are still championship caliber, just like the top 5 are.
Just like they are. And I want to say, ever since the season started, PK only got 2 losses? Well, no, they got more than 2 losses, okay? Because like it is, they haven't won EDAYS. Most of their losses have came from EDAYS. All right, PKs.
Yeah. They've only lost one.
So most of them, only lost 1 in Pro League. But other than that, still a lot of great series. And as we head into this ritual, the player on PK who I'm looking to go off, all right? I haven't seen him have a monstrous game in a while. It's going to be Fearzly. I haven't seen him go. I've seen Raver make some big plays. Dezonide, Monkyz has been dropping 27,000 damage on most of these King of the Hill maps throughout the day. And that's usually typically Fearzly's position with the damage, but of course it's going to get spread out. I want to see if he can take the spotlight going into this map 4.
I think so. Fearzly is that guy, and we expect a lot from him. And actually, Fearzly was the reason why you went with Pittsburgh Knights a little while back when they were playing against, whatever crazy. I think they.
Yeah, I felt like they had the best pickup in the offseason.
Well, but I think it was the Rise series where you were the only one to go with PK.
Yeah, because
believe in Fearzly. So
believe in Fearzly. Yep, I do.
Beautiful.
I believed in Fearzly over Enzym at that time, and that's why it happened.
And that's fair. Enzym was coming out of retirement. So on and so forth, and obviously, but Enzym has done really well. I think he's playing much better than he was.
He is. He's not looking like Yamcha no more. Because that first week he was getting beat up. Okay, Enzo was getting beat up that whole first week. He was out here trying to throw button combos and do uppercuts and build up his super meter. Like, bro, it don't work that way no more.
No,
okay?
not at all. It did not. It did not work that way. But he's back. Enzym is back, and he's looking better than ever. And I think that's why Rise is looking better than ever, in my opinion. Even though they get finished off in semifinals,
he was playing with his fight stick in week 1.
Do what?
I say he was playing with his fight stick in week 1.
He was playing with something, but it wasn't Gears related, at least that I know, man. Because he just wasn't. He did get a couple of good plays though. He did. You saw little glimpses and shimmers of the Enzym of old, but I think Enzym's back, baby. You know what I'm saying? He's back. You get that steak face, but like a little bit. Just a little bit. But like he's getting there. And that was week 1. He was almost there. Way better now. Okay, let's not get it twisted. Much better.
Way better now.
I think Rise is in a much better spot. I really do. And interesting, they lost 3-0 to PK. Seriously, for PK to 3-0 Rise like they did and then to lose this series, it'd be pretty crazy to me. But I think they're hungry and they won. And the map is loading, guys. To get the conversation going, who do you really think is going to win map 4? You think PK is going to close the series out 3-1? Do you think eUnited's got it within them to send it to a map 5 on Tomb Execution? I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not going to give you my answer because I tried to do it and be edgy during that Rebel eUnited matchup, and I was shut up real quick, okay? So I'm just gonna let the game play out here, and the best team will win.
Yes, they will, and we're here to break down all the action. I don't know who's gonna take this.
Don't try to be edgy. I just trust. Don't learn.
Well, I'm not edgy. I'm a prophet at times. When I say it, I see my chest and it comes true. I ain't trying to.
The hell with this.
I ain't trying to be
wins?
edgy. I just
prophet.
I just be speaking. It's not. You know what? I'm not even a prophet. I literally speak facts. Okay, I say shit and it comes true. And y'all gonna give me my credit one of these days. All right? You can think I'm being edgy.
Well, you are first place in predictions. No, you're not.
And barely.
No, you're not.
No more.
Actually,
not no more. Not after yesterday.
Over high.
Yeah, I was having fun.
Well,
I had fun.
I hope you had some fun, man. It was fun for me.
I legit took a loss on that Pioneers and eUnited one. But you should be first place now, so don't worry.
I think I'm tied with Jacob again, as always, of course. And then I got to hear nonstop, "To be the champion, you gotta beat the champion." And I'm like getting so sick.
Is that Jacob's voice?
Well, at least whatever he says
okay.
5 million times to me, man. I'm getting sick of it.
I'll take it. That could be his voice today. Definitely heard you in the chat. Now, the Knights, as we still see this engagement continuing, I think it's finally going to start to settle a little bit in their favor. Just broke double digits. They got the bow in hand. Monkyz picks up another kill, and the Knights will continue to be able to press through, take that spawn side, and eUnited, they got to slow down and wait for the rest of the squad to spawn. TJ got caught out. That's one of those positions where you can't die when you know that you're not ready to fight.
Die in that moment. PK, this is what
Damn, they're hunting. You see how they're hunting? They just found 2 more.
Because Pittsburgh Knights know this is their best chance to win the series. They don't want to put it up the chance to go to Tomb Execution. They saw what happened in that 5 Tomb Execution with Demon Rage quitting, right? Whenever eUnited was playing against Rebel. They don't want to repeat that history. This is where they want to end it now.
Those kills seem so free in the middle. I thought somebody lagged out for a second. That's how free those kills were.
Who got them?
All right. Yeah. The entire PK team, they're eating. They found gazelles and they went to go attack. Now, as we're here at the next hill, PK still continuing to pick up these kills. And the way that they start these King of the Hill maps with so much intensity, it really sets them up for success. eUnited, they break into the hill. They get a foot in for a second. But the flank comes in for the Knights. Fearzly on the flank finds one. He should be able to get the second, no problem. And there's the third in the fourth.
59 to 6. Okay, that's fair enough. Fine. We're going for the second torque bow. Pittsburgh Knights. You see how crispy they are on that rotation for the torque bow. What makes PK so scary here is, you know, Monkyz on your flank, Raver on your flank, their ability to process that torque ball into power weapons and make connection with it and also control the middle. They do a lot of things right here. eUnited, though, is much the same, but, I mean, great shot from Dezo to catch that little peek, that little pixel of dyslexic plays. That was a perfect shot. But still, will they be able to take control of the hill? They got a couple of more loose ends to tie up, but they're not really doing a good job doing so. Raver will fall, and eUnited will hold on to the scrap time.
All right. That's scrap time. It may work out for them later on down the line. They need all the time in which they can get. Great double kill coming out. Well, kill coming out for Powerz. Him and Demise. They will be able to get set up on this hill first. There's still a lot of kills that they need to get on the Knight side because look at the spawn that the Knights are getting. They're spawning right on the other side of the hill. They're exactly where they want to be. And that's why eUnited has a lot of players on this side of the map. They're trying to clear the Knights out because they know how important this area is. Fearzly makes a big play off his left hand. Cuts, tried to get that kill on TJ. Wasn't able to do it. It's a 3v3, but now PK with the man advantage.
PK man advantage, point advantage, a lot of advantages adding up. You add them all up anyways. TJ throws out a nade. It's going to be avoided. He'll finish himself off. This hill is tough to retake, but hey, you don't have to retake it if you have it. And eUnited currently has it. Pittsburgh Knights pushing forward fiercely, trying to be the tip of the spear, but he's a bit blunted. He's going to get taken down. Still, though, Pittsburgh Knights continues to push forward. It's going to be a 4v3 momentarily. Player 3 Fearzly is going to be off of the respawn, but this could be a great thing. He could be able to pincer into eUnited members, but Pittsburgh Knights need to hold their ground for just a little bit longer. It's going to still be scrappy, though. TJ is going to be last alive, 1v3. He pushes forward, but it's not going to amount to much. 40 seconds remaining, and Pittsburgh Knights in control. They will be the first team past 100.
And a new bow will be up in 7 seconds. That's going to go in the hands of the Knight. Oh, you see the flank coming in, but Dezo. Oh, he had the help from Raver, but Powerz still gets the kill. The bow's on the ground. The stun is there on Dezonide. And eUnited will win the battle for the torque bow. That's a big play for them.
It is.
They're going to rotate over for the rest of this time in this hill. That's 20 seconds or so. Knights still get the spawn for next, and they may even get new nades as well.
Yeah, winning that torque bow blaze is a big win. Why? Well, because that's the first time they've won it so far. Up until this point, Pittsburgh Knights had won the first two. You don't want to give them a third, especially with the points being the way they are. So any edge, any added advantage that you can get, well, that's going to be great for eUnited. We see the fresh hill popping up relatively soon. It's going to be a battle for control. And at the moment, it is going to be at least player 2 sitting there rent-free. Meanwhile, everybody else is on the upper edges of the map just fighting. You mentioned earlier Pittsburgh Knights, and they're on the hunt, looking and searching for any eUnited member. Well, they tried to do the same there, but the respawns from Pittsburgh Knights are great. In fact, they're going to spawn basically right next to the hill. So once eUnited does travel across the map, well, they're going to be in that full front with Pittsburgh Knights members. And look at player 4 kind of disrupting eUnited, even though he's a solo.
Oh, yeah, and yeah, he really is disrupting them there towards the back lines. Now, Fearzly, he still being, well, not an issue, but trying to pick up where Monkyz left off. Demise is going to take him out. Dezonide with a long range cross. Raver winning these close quarter battles, picking up the double. And with 30 seconds remaining, the Knights, they achieved their goal and picking up the spawn in which they wanted, Taylor. That way that they can be in position for next. As you see, Monkyz already set up for it. PK had some nades to work with. I did see Dezo pick him up, but he's dead. They weren't able to make an impact in the fight just yet. But with the remaining time left on the hill, I think the Knights got everything they wanted.
See, Pittsburgh Knights, they're getting the whole mill, basically, all right? They're leaving scraps. And eUnited, well, they're happy for those scraps, but I'm guaranteed they're still hungry, right? They want the whole mill themselves. But in order to do that, you got to be the Kings, and you got to take down Pittsburgh Knights because they are the ones who's rotating early, the ones who's getting the bulk of the eliminations, and while eUnited is still dragging behind. United's got to get to work shortly. Demise taking down Fearzly is great because now he's going to be able to push forward with his buddy Powerz to engage onto the last remaining members inside the hill of Raver and Monkyz. Raver now last alive. eUnited does a great job taking over the hill. And this is the earliest time we've seen them take a hill, Blaze.
Yes, it is. And they're doing a good job holding it for now. Dyslexic is going to come over and try to save his teammates. 53 seconds left, and this will be one of the first times in which they're not eating scraps from under the table, and they actually look like the big dog. Look like the top dog now. Holding the hill, but they got to defend against it. That's a well-placed bow for the kill. They're going to put another one on the edge for the splash damage. The Knights got exactly what they want so far out of this fight. A revive is there, makes it a 3v1. Regardless, they still have the man advantage. It's a 2v1, and they will win that fight with 2 players left in the hill.
Well, they didn't get a lot of food, but they got a little bit, right? They bring it to a more competitive edge of 93 to 165. And Dezo getting that torque bow, he put it to work. I think that's his 3rd kill with it since he ended up picking it up. And Pittsburgh Knights, that's the 3rd bow they got to the 1 eUnited's got out of the 4 we've seen so far. Fighting now at the infamous hill, at least from last grand finals, where Powerz was able to close it out and lead Pittsburgh Knights at just 298. We're going to be on there as we near basically, I think the last hill, if I'm not mistaken, 180 to 93, nearly a 100-point lead for Pittsburgh Knights. United's got to get serious, and they got to get serious fast. Dezo, curiously though, on the outskirts, really focused on United, who's going to be up ahead. I think he was trying to make a sneaky play, maybe wait Fearzly, but he's got to meet Powerz and TJ head on.
All right, eUnited got a nice little serving off that last hill, looking for a second helping as Powerz is going to back up. As you said, Dezonide working his edge of the map with Fearzly, slowly moving forward. They're going to make their way towards the spawn. There's the revive. The support fire is coming back from afar, but Powerz is left by himself, and he's looking for that meal that he's going to eat. Demise finds a double on the other side of the map as well. What a great play for a great play from them. And they got another serving. They're getting their calories right now, Taylor.
They are. They're eating good now, man. Maybe getting a little chubby, but you know what? That's all right. Better than being too skinny, at least at this point, from what I'm seeing from score-wise. Only 40 points separating the two, 180 to 144, and you're really starting to see eUnited heat up and heat up well, brother. That 4-man wipe earlier, just seconds earlier, Blaze, I think that was the indication to me that eUnited isn't going to play the second half of this map the same as they did in the first half. It's now going to be more competitive from this time forward.
Oh boy, I think it is going to be way more competitive. eUnited, they're back in this series, and we're soon to enter our second rotation of heals, and they're going to have themselves in position for the bow. Monkyz got the nades, and now the setup is there. Dezonide is going to work wide, knowing he's able to get some marks out for his team, start guiding the troops. The bow will connect on Fierce. Actually, I don't know who that bow. I think they just picked it up. He didn't hit anyone just yet, but soon.
Final shot, Powerz. Send that one flying. 180 to 180. Oh, this is such a great sight with how it started. Pittsburgh Knights were looking electrifying, but eUnited, again, after that big team wipe, they haven't been slowing down. And that was a team wipe for all intents and purposes because Fearzly was on the opposite end of the map. And man, eUnited is on the hunt. And it's funny because this is what PK was doing to them earlier. eUnited will be the first team to break away from the 200-point mark. Dyslexic blindsiding Fearzly. That's going to force Raver and Dezo in a terrible spot. Raver, in fact, actually will die. Dezo's going to try and wrap around and get on the flank, but Powerz is going to be hunting him down. Monkyz up ahead. They're going to get pincered and simultaneously be finished off.
That was a well-coordinated push coming out for eUnited. New bow will be up in 25. With everyone putting their focus here towards next, eUnited, they won't get it for free still. Someone should check them up for a 1v1 soon. But I do know this, that the Knights, they're trying to stop the bleeding. They need to do something. They got off to such a great start. We talk about their intensity, how fast those fights were, how dominant the Knights felt. But they're starting to run out of steam. They seem like they're getting complacent a little bit. They're working hard, but I think eUnited is they're just better in the late game right now.
Seems to be the case. Definitely seems to be the case. Dyslexic has, I mean, that is now the third time in just the past couple of minutes I've seen him blindside and sneak around the corner onto any PK member. And that's the scary thing about Tomb, especially when you have players that are talented like Monkyz or Dyslexic who have that ability, Blaze, to just disrupt the ebb and flow of the map. And then before you know it, you're walking around corners a little bit less confident. You're trying to clear them a little bit more than usual. And then you start running into playing a bit too passively because you just never know who's going to be around the corner. And Dyslexic is constantly there. Speaking of which, case in point, he picks up yet another one. He is utilizing this map so incredibly well as eUnited is soaring to victory now just 15 points away.
Whew, I can't remember the last time the Knights even got a point, okay?
It's been a long time.
they were feeding scraps to eUnited, then the boys of eUnited says, we're taking a whole meal. Okay, we're taking dessert as well. And you know what? We'll take your vouchers for tomorrow.
Oh, we got the vouchers.
We'll take your money.
You're gonna be okay.
And you know,
this would be perfect for the Knights to get.
vouchers.
Yeah, this would be perfect for the Knights to make a comeback though. They know how to blow leads like this.
You did. Hey, you
They
tried
also
to set
know
that up too on
how
Speyer.
to. They don't know how to only blow it, but they know how to come back too as well.
That's true. You tried to set that up on Speyer. We didn't get it then, but we get it now. Hey, making a good point. Pittsburgh Knights, they know how to overcome these deficits, and they're looking to do so. But they got to play picture perfect here. At least on this Hill Blades, they look picture perfect. Now, they need to be focused on the next torque bow, and that's going to be Fearzly and Powerz now facing off. This next fight,
Taylor,
this fight matters.
I will say that too in the eUnited players' minds, they're also thinking, what if? As they lose this fight, they're like, what if we blow the lead? Right? They shouldn't be thinking that. They should be thinking about nothing but victory. Oh no, Fearzly, don't go in the hill. They say what, Blaze? What if what?
Why are you yelling, man?
What if we go to game 5? Let's go.
Yeah, what if we go to game 5? This is literally identical to that earlier matchup between Rebel and eUnited. It went from Ritual over to Tomb. Except this time around, it wasn't Latin America who got the victory on Ritual, it was NA, and it was all eUnited. You've said it best, Blaze. When was the last time Pittsburgh Knights got a point? Well, they got a couple of points at the tail end, but they stayed about at 183 for the longest time.
They did, and I'm trying to reflect on which hill it was. I think it all started there towards that Tiki Hill. Right after that center line hill, you went from there and Dezonide getting nades, and then we go towards that Tiki Hill, and that's where eUnited really started to turn up. Once they got that bow, they never looked back.
Well, Pittsburgh Knights had the chance to lock up the series, but now their job got a little bit harder. We're going to a map 5. It's going to be Tomb Execution. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to crown a winner. Welcome back, everybody, to the UMG Gaming Studios Grand Finals, map number 5, about to be underway for our Emergence Day Split 2 Week 3. I'm ecstatic, I really am. What a comeback that was from eUnited.
Yeah, it was a great comeback from. They were getting beat by about 100 or so points, and from there, they had about a 200 to, let's say, 43 up against PK. To come back in that one and get victory, dude. They were down by a lot. So now we get ourselves set up for another game 5 for the night, and I'm super excited for it. It's going to be eUnited's second game 5 of the night.
eUnited's second game 5, but they performed in that first game 5, and they did so in such a dominant way against Rebel earlier that I got to be a little bit worried. Look at that, 180 to 117, Blaze. 180 to 117. We question how long was it where PK was able to get a point. They were at 180 to 183 literally until the very end of the game. That's how crazy the comeback was, guys. That's how, really how much they stalled Pittsburgh Knights. I didn't even know it was that severe, but it was that severe.
Yeah, it really was, man. They held them off for a long time as they came back and they got that lead. And so the Knights, they were definitely feeling it. They were feeling it throughout the entirety. But let's see if they can get back into this one. It's time to make the comeback. Who wants it the most? It's game 5, and we got a stalemate.
Look at that Raver.
I think.
Raver, man. Yeah, I was going to try to be modern and like... Oh, no,
there you go.
He's
Okay.
moving. Okay. Anson.
He's like, hit the reset. He said, I'm here now. Are you not entertained? This is the pre-show. Hey, it's TJ and Raver here. Welcome. It's EDAYS. And,
Wouldn't mind a TJ and Raver try to cast. I don't know how well it'd be.
Yo, a TJ and Raver show would be amazing.
You think so?
I think it'd be all comedy. I think we'll have a good time.
I think it'd be fun to get like a current pro just to try and cast and see how it goes. Jacob and
you
always wanted to play. So
would you cast the whole show with a current pro?
With me?
Yeah,
of course. I cast with anybody basically. I don't care. Blaze, I've casted with a lot of people.
You've been put through the ringer, Taylor.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll just cast. Seriously. Hey, look at that start.
We just talk at this point.
That's really what it is. Blue all the way. 4v2 now, Raver and Monkyz. They've got to make some magic happen. They are really pinned up. Now, Monkyz, we've seen him be sneaky before, and he's going back with the same strat.
PK, they're gonna stay hidden too as well until eUnited is gonna either play for the neutral or wrap towards this side of the map. Use all the time in which they got to talk about this first round and why did they lose that first fight? You know, and they got out-angled a bit there. And they lost it playing aggressively for that bow. But we'll see if they want to come out with that same strategy or not.
It's hide and seek at this point. Look at that. Look who's emoting back there. That's player 7, isn't it? That's Raver. He's yawning. I'm yawning too. Raver, make a play then. Come on, ball's in your court. eUnited doesn't have to do anything.
They're for whatever reason, they're gonna wait this clock out.
Because they want to troll?
No, I don't think they want to troll.
You don't
I
think
just
so?
think that, you can. So check this out. We know that in this position, one or two things happen.
Okay.
Either the team with less players is going to have to make a play for the tiebreaker hill at the end of the 2-minute round, which is the smart play, or the more confident team with both power weapons and 4 players are going to go hunting for the 2 players that own the map. So eUnited just played some good defense. I don't know if anything was, said on the chat, but
3 Torquos and a sniper blaze for eUnited and a 4v1. And Raver still hasn't moved. Raver has legit not moved, and he's just bouncing up and down, man. Like Raver, I'll be honest with you.
Yo, he could have got the stalemate hill. He could have got that.
Raver straight up just did not want to move.
I'm telling you, it was coordinated.
Like it. He said, "Not my stats, no sir."
It was coordinated, but he's gonna have to move at the start of this round.
Yeah, he's gonna have to move. All right, round number 2. Round 1 was exhilarating. Let's see if round 2 will be more exciting. That mid fight though definitely went to the way of eUnited, and obviously Pittsburgh Knights are gonna have a reaction for that 3-man push from PK for the Torquo Blaze.
Yeah, another 2-man push, and they're gonna get it this time around. Fearzly get the revive on Dezonide. You did have a player hop over. Fearzly gets a great chunk on him and able to revive his teammate, but they get pinched from both sides. Fearzly gets another kill. No one of the players behind him. Fearzly almost gets 3, but he walks away with just 2, and his teammates will fall around him.
Right, that's going to be a 2-0 lead for eUnited. Well on their way to being victors back-to-back weeks. Be the first team to get back-to-back victories here in EDAYS Split 2. TJ Demise, both without a single death. And TJ doing an excellent job just getting in the face. Dyslexic with that first blood. Demise doing his thing down there, obviously getting that damage done. Dezo doesn't have a kill just yet, but we've seen Crack turn things around. Maybe Dezo can do much the same. This time it's a full frontal push for both ends for the sniper.
And there's Fearzly and Raver working together to take down TJ. Powerz had to back up off the tree. Dyslexic is taken out in the mid-map, and Powerz can't do much at all. Neither can Demise, and PK is going to get on the board first. So that just comes down to TJ getting focused there on the outskirts, and that was PK's main. That's where they want to put their attention.
Awesome job from Pittsburgh Knights. I got to be honest, after the first couple of rounds, I thought, well, at least after round 1, I thought, man, is PK really, they got their head in the game? But after winning that round, okay, I think we're going to be just fine. Have a competitive team execution here. Pittsburgh Knights looking solid, and they tie it up 2-2. That would make things fun. Fearzly is looking to get some kills, and he actually will on Powerz. Well done. That's going to be first blood coming out from him. That's the second one of the game. Follows it up with yet another elimination, but eUnited is not far behind. Dyslexic, will he get picked up? Yes, he will. And eUnited turns things around, and they win the round.
TJ, I don't know how to kill it and get cleaned up. That down should have got cleaned up before TJ got there, but instead, watch this. He's going to get a long range down. And then somebody actually missed the kill on the Dyslexic. Here we go. He never stepped to get it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
It was Raver just playing too far back. Or Monkyz, one of the two.
And here we go. Round number 4. United leading 3-1. That was a great play from them. This time TJ's kind of pinned up, but he'll find a way to break out. I'm sure Fearzly, though, has been getting those first bloods consistently. He'll be able to do the same here. No, actually, he's going to get first blood as Demise gets his first blood. Meanwhile, though, Pittsburgh Knights answers back in a very, very good fashion. TJ's dead. And my lord, that was Monkyz and Raver in conjunction, just slaying out eUnited after Fearzly was first blooded.
Yeah, one after another. eUnited couldn't do anything to survive that one. They tried to trade out the kills, but they just kept losing more battles. So PK have a quick response, and for the next few rounds, we may continue to just kind of see this big battle unfold between at the tree.
All right, let's do this. Let's go.
All right,
Or does PK want to send to the bow again? We're about to find out.
They tried.
They don't want to. Yeah, they tried it the first few rounds, but they're gonna focus up top.
I think they should because Fearzly is finding success in this fight. Look at that, well done. Good cutback from Raver to pick up Powerz, and TJ not only getting first blood, but also getting a second. Demise will fall, and he will eventually be finished off. Monkyz is dead, yes, but still a 3v1 Dyslexic running out of time, running out of life, and he is officially done for. Pittsburgh Knights plays bring it 3-3. You love to see it.
It's the best of 5 remaining in this series in EDAYS for the day, and it's a map 5. Who wants it the most?
I'm pumped.
Ooh, Fearzly has had a great start so far, and you know he's putting out damage, but it's still a lot of deaths there. Raver has the best start for his team versus TJ on the top end for eUnited. That really tells me who's staying alive and being really impactful. So Fearzly soaking up a lot of that damage. He does put the flash on the other side of that tree, but Demise saves Powerz from getting pushed by a late follow-up flash on the right. And now Fearzly holding his ground. Does his teammates have a flash to help? No. All utility has been used. It's going to come down to who can catch their opponent off guard, like Dyslexic taking down Monkyz. But TJ caught off guard. PK always finding a play, but the cross from Dyslexic is making it easy for Demise and Powerz. Still a 3v3 though, Taylor.
Still 3v3, and it's getting scrappy as Powerz will knock down Dezo. Into the blender they go. It seems Fearzly tried to make a heroic play, and he nearly did, but in the end, it's going to be eUnited left standing to put them one above. 4-3 lead. This is getting very, very good. Like I said, I'm enjoying this all the way through. I think this has been a phenomenal series. And with the way it started off with that Speyer match, I thought, man, maybe EU's got this, but PK's been fighting. Check out Training Grounds. They lose Ritual, no worries. They're still here on Tomb, and the dream is still alive for PK to win their first EDAYS here in Split 2. Third time's a charm. Blaze called it. Dyslexic checks. Nobody going Torque, though, so it's going to be a mid-fight once again.
1v1 against Monkyz. Powerz gets first blood on Raver. PK trying to make that play again, but you see how eUnited disengages. They know what PK is going to. They know PK is going to try to desperately find a kill, so they don't give it to him. That's how impactful that first blood is on this map, and eUnited 1 round away from closing out this series. Let's see if they can get it done. Dyslexic has been being very impactful with the 2 first bloods he got.
Okay. eUnited 1 round away. Profit. You want to say anything about this this next round, or maybe the outcome?
Nope.
Nope. Profit stays silent. Fair enough. They Profit to do that too. You know, they choose when to speak, when not to speak. Powerz trying to get that first blood. Can't get anything just yet though. Fearzly on the outside. Will he be able to push forward confidently and take down Powerz? Well, it's still tense. So much focus fire and fire in general. Fearzly forced to back off full red. Dezo trying to get away with his life as well. Fearzly, Dezo are going to drop though, an opportunity for eUnited, but they're going to be back in play. So now it's still a 4v4. TJ though, he's getting hungry to make that move. Fearzly's going to drop again. I think that's a second.
Wow.
And now that's his third down and out. First blood. Fearzly's dead. Dezo also down too. I think he's on his last life, if I'm not mistaken as well. eUnited closing the vice grip, pushing forward. Monkyz last alive. And I think the dream, the third time really isn't the charm for Pittsburgh Knights. But the second time is going to hit right for eUnited. And as the final kill comes through, it is official. eUnited are your Emergence Day Split 2 Week 3 champions back-to-back. Not only winning Week 2, but Week 3. Congratulations.
TJ closes out the map. He made some big plays with Powerz. Multiple first bloods coming out from Dyslexic, and Demise had everyone's back. eUnited, they get it done once again. So, dude, like you say, our first back-to-back champions of the season. And hey, congratulations for them. They definitely will earn. And as I said before, and I'm going to say it again, I still don't think this team hit their ceiling yet.
Crazy to think of, man.
I don't.
It really is.
They're going to get better, but they look really clean now. Way better than week 1.
I agree, because Dyslexic is really feeling confident, and that is the X factor, right? Dyslexic joining on this roster, replacing that of Kenny. Like, you want to see him performing well, and I think he feels amongst friends. I like that. I do. It's been a great week for United plays. Not only winning their matchups during Pro League, taking first place in Pro League as a whole, but also being back-to-back champions in EDAYS. It really comes to show you that eUnited is undisputably the best team we currently have in Gears Pro League.
Yeah, they are. United back on top. I know that a lot of fans out there, they love to hear that one. Now, you got to stay there and stay consistent like the old United roster did. And this one can definitely do that. I'm excited to see them play next week and keep building off the progress that they've been making so far. Now, I'm also going to say that about the rest of the competition, too, because when we look at those Pro League stats, we see that the top 5 and the bottom 5 is night and day. Right. And it's still a lot of improvement for our other top 5 teams out there. Rebels continuing to get better. The Knights are. The Pioneers are, as well as Rise. All of those squads made changes. And, and with that being said, we don't know how these new teams are gonna play on a championship Sunday with the pressure.
Yeah, so that rest of the split's going to be crazy. Major time is going to be even crazier. And I can't wait to get to that point. But we're going to have to take some time, because life just flows the way it wants to flow, right? 3-2, eUnited gets the victory. Incredible performance from them. They didn't have an easy run. Fury won, still gave up a great fight for what they were. Rebel, hey, that was a close series. It really was. Rebel was so competitive there that it was just so good to see. It truly was. Up until that tomb map number 5, where things really fell apart. But seriously, Rebel looking stronger than ever in that series versus Pittsburgh Knights. Back-to-back weeks, but Blaze, still a huge positive. PK loses. But remember, as I was saying last week, PK played eUnited in Grand Finals. They lost 3-0 in a pretty convincing way. This time they go the distance, map 5.
Yeah, and it was a little bit more embarrassing too as well after they lost the control. But they regained coming back into this series. Now, PK, they lose to Rebel in Game 5 in Pro League, and now they also lose to eUnited in a Game 5 in the E-Day Finals. So they have been tested this week, but that's a good thing. Yep. All right, and I'm gonna tell you why. You want to be challenged around this time, where you're not being challenged during the major. You don't get too much pressure too soon. But regardless, you just want time to get some L's in and have some things to work on and say, why did we lose this today? Okay, is it because that we were complacent, that our opponent outstrat us? But you just want to be able to ask more of those questions and have some time to prepare for the major. So, PK lost this week, but at the end of the day, I think they learned a lot.
All right, well, trying to compose, but you got me laughing. I don't even think.
Why?
I'll explain.
What I do?
I'll explain after. But it's
okay.
just. It's pretty. I don't know if anybody caught it, but it's pretty funny. But yeah, no, it was a great night. It really was, and very well said, Blaze. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and close it, Blaze. By the way, it's been an incredible 2 days casting with you. I know it took a month to get here, but we finally did it, and it was a lot of fun. We'll have some more moments, I'm sure, going into next month. But hey, chat, it's been great having you for another EDAYS. We've got one more, right? Week number 4 before we head into that Split 2 finals. But either way, we've enjoyed having you this entire time. Hit that follow button if you haven't already. We'll be back next Thursday, 5 Eastern, same time, same place, for Emergence week number 4. But also, we have the Gears Pro League starting back up on Tuesday. We'd love to have you there on the Xbox channel on Twitch. Of course, that's going to be 5 Eastern time. But for myself, Taylor Reflections Noble, Guy Blaze, our production team, and you in chat, thank you so much for being here. We'd love to have you again on our next broadcast.